This is like a quickie video on how to apply makeup on a missionary budget. I watched several videos about makeup and decided that it's way too expensive for me to do everything they recommend. So, and plus, if you look at my last video, the makeup looked caked on, which actually made me look older. And I had way too much around my eyes, and it just kind of like ruined everything. I like what I have right now. And let me just tell you what I did. There's no foundation. I just let my natural skin tone shine. I don't believe you have to wear foundation. If your skin's pretty good and you only have some minor blemishes, don't sweat it. So no foundation. What I do is like I have an age spot. I get this. This is like concealer and a stick concealer. I'll put my finger on it and just put the like right there. Cover up that age spot. And I just let the rest show, and I might put some right here in the creases of my nose, and then I'll dab some I have deep set eyes and they're kind of hooded. So I'll put like lightening right here, right there, kind of lighten it up. And maybe on this side, any place where there's stuff, that's it. That's my foundation. Okay. All the stuff about toner, moisturizer, I don't use any of that stuff. I just wash my face with Neutrogena, a facial bar, and I use retinol anti-wrinkle cream by Neutrogena at night when I go to bed. I'm 60. Another thing that I don't like to do is I don't wear mascara. I did used to wear fakes in the past, but I've discovered that that they look gaudy on me. And since I've been doing Carolyn Cleve's facial fitness exercises, which has kind of given my face a lift, I don't need mascara anymore to have pretty eyes. But to kind of create the illusion of mascara, what I've discovered I can do is I take an eyebrow pencil and I make sure it's very sharp. And I put it right on the outer edges, right there. On both sides, on the outer edges, up on the top, right there, and then right there. Kind of like eyeliner, just on the outer edges to kind of lift the eye a bit, but not too much, because I have deep set eyes, and also I am a winter and a soft classic, so I don't look good if I look overly made up. It looks gaudy. And so I don't want a lot of darkness in my eyes. I'm too deep set, so I like bright and light underneath everything. What I do for eye makeup, first of all, for the brows, I've discovered a good trick is to get your, this is stuff I already had, so I didn't have to buy anything. I get this, and I'll brush my brows up, like on both sides, brush them up. Then I'll get my scissors, the same scissors I use to cut my hair, and any stray hairs that are above that, I'll cut it so that I'll have like a sparrow arch. These brows are not perfect by any means, but they're good enough for me. And then what I do is I get a very sharp eyebrow pencil, like this, and I'll draw like lines that resemble the eyebrows, And then here on the ends, I tend to go, I bring it up. Because I have hooded eyes and I kind of droop, I will color it, I will bring the arch up a bit, like up here, instead of going to natural, I bring it up a little higher to create the illusion that my eyes lifted. So when I color in the pencil, you draw fine lines on your brow that look like hair, and then when you get to the edge, you bring it up. If you have hooded eyes like I do. But my hooded eyes are getting better since I've been doing the facelift exercises, but I still, I'm 60, so I still have to do some tricks. Okay. Then for eyeshadow, what I do is I take the concealer. First of all, I found a really good trick is when you put your eyeshadow in, don't put it all underneath your eyes, because when you get to my age, you're going to start getting some wrinkles underneath your eyes. Just put it right there in this section, right in here, right there, on both sides, just right. Oh God, like that, right there. And then a little dab on the corners, just right there. Right there is where you want to put it. And then I put the highlighter all underneath my eyes and underneath my brows to lighten it. I will put the concealer, I will use that as eyeshadow and put it over both eyes and just color all this in. Using this does double duty. You save money. It's a concealer and an eyeshadow. Okay. Then to add a little color to my eyes, this is like a subtle touch, and I don't have the best camera. These are eyeshadows that I bought in 1989, and this tells you how much I wear makeup. This is kind of like a icy violet, and I get a I use this. Not a very good camera. So I'll dab it on here. The icy violet will go on the lid in the middle, right like there, right there, on both sides in the middle. And then I'll bring it up. I want to keep the lightness, so I don't go right underneath my brow. You still have the light original shade, but in the middle, right there, on both sides. Okay, that adds a little color to my eye. And this is my winter colors. I actually got this from a Color Me Beautiful consultant back in like 1989. I still have it. Oh goodness, my camera's out of focus. Okay, now to create the illusion of a lift, it's kind of like my version of smoky eyes. I get my darker shade. This is kind of like smoked navy, and I use a different color brush for that. Okay, and I put it only in the corner, right there, and very lightly, and kind of like a triangle here, just going like this on both sides to create the illusion of a lift, but it's very subtle. It's because of my soft classic clothing personality, and because I'm a winter, you don't want it to be dark. You don't want to create the illusion that my eyes are deeper than they are. So I use this and this. This I didn't have to buy anything. I already had it. Already had all the stuff. Okay, for my lips are a little uneven naturally. I just go to Walmart and buy the real cheap New York City brand. Fuchsia seems to be my best shade here, fuchsia, and I just fill it in. And then after that, I'll put in the lip pencil. This I also bought in 1989. This is in my winter colors. I still have it. This shows you how much I wear makeup, right? And then you can do this to outline the lips, you know. And then I like to add a little bit of floss because I look good with, not gloss, I mean. I look good with a little bit of gloss. So I'll put in something like this, you know. And I'll just kind of dab it on there. All right. Oh, for foundation? Oh, this is what I call on a budget, but it looks a lot more expensive than it is. I use my lipstick. I find the best color, and I don't look, when you get to be my age, you don't want to use powders on your skin. I don't even worry about a shiny nose. I just leave it alone. I look better and younger if I don't put powders on my skin. When you get to be old and you put powders on your skin, it gets into all your wrinkles and creases, and it makes you look like my last video was dreadful. I did my makeup dreadful. It was too much. Less is more when you're a classic, even with makeup. I just go like this. I go underneath the pupil of the eye and kind of go up like this. I dot it in like this on both sides. Da, 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 da. And then I use my hands and smudge it in. There you go. Missionary makeup. Hey, no mascara. If I wanted to try mascara, I have naturally dark hair. And because I'm coloring my hair a tad lighter than my natural shade, I don't really need mascara because as long as I'm doing my facelift exercises, I'm fine. You might say, well, you look better with it. Actually, when you use the eyeliner there on the edge like that, that almost looks kind of like mascara. But I might invest in an eyelash curler next time I go to Walmart and try waterproof mascara. But I'm actually happy with my look. I think my eyes look fine. You can actually see a little bit of the brow underneath on this side. And I'm not even using mascara, but I don't have much in the way of lashes. In my 20s, when I got eyelash curlers, I ended up pulling out all my lashes. So I guess ever since then, I've been paranoid about using them. I don't think I need to buy anything for my eyes. They look fine. So if I wanted, I might get eyelash curlers within a couple months. And what they recommend you do is curl your eyelashes and then use mascara, like 1 or 2 coats. I would probably need waterproof, but mascara just never works for me. I always end up with dark spots down here because my eyes are always watering. So this is my best look as a soft classic. Um, I kind of like having the bright lips, but I could go more subdued and add plum in here, and that would be a nice color too. And I could do that if I get in the mood, depending on my mood. So here's how I do my makeup, and this looks a lot better than my last video. Let some of the flaws show. I actually look older in the last video because I was wearing too much. So for under eyes, just use your concealer, liquid concealer here, right there. That's it. And here, that's it. Don't put anything in here. There's nothing here. Just leave that alone. That's where I've got some fine line wrinkles, and they show more if I put makeup there. So just leave it alone. No foundation, my natural skin. This is it. And this looks, let me see, did I leave anything out? No. Oh, another thing I do is since I cut my own hair, I'll usually look in the mirror and try to decide if there's any strays in there. I'll kind of chop that too. I consider that part of my makeup session, checking out my hair. Because it's a classic. My hair, my hair needs to look neat and, neat and well kept. So I've discovered a trick with this cut, and that is to part it from the center, going out like that. But that's a challenge keeping it there. So I use a little bit of hairspray too sometimes, but just to try to hairspray with conditioner in it. So here is my summer look. As you can see, I don't really need mascara as long as I do my facelift exercises. In my 20s, I hated mascara. It never worked out good for me. And I just find that if you do your brows well, and you put a little bit of, eyeliner just in the corner, but not too much. The trick to the soft classic is anything excess looks bad. Now, my last video, I was experimenting, and I really botched the makeup part. I was wearing so much caked on makeup all around my eyes, it made me look old. I'm 60 years old, and the way I put my makeup on now, I could probably pass for 35, maybe. It helps to do Carolyn Cleve's facial fitness exercises too. The trick is, if you take good care of your health, your skin is naturally healthy. So one of these makeup artists said to use toner, and whatever you do, don't use what they call it, a bronzer if you're a winter, because that puts gold tones in your skin. That'll make you definitely look old. I don't wear any foundation, just natural. Just I'll put stuff here and there, cover up my little blemishes. That's it. Look at this. Not bad, eh? Not bad. Little on a missionary income. You don't need to spend a ton of money. If you do facelift exercises, I find you don't need to wear as much makeup. Because it kind of lifts everything around your eyes. So the best makeup is to do facelift exercises by Carolyn Cleves. I'll have a link for her underneath this video. And then just put just enough to cover your weaknesses. Not enough to make it look like it's caked on. So